What is the Houston Equity Festival? Well, for the next few minutes, we're going to give you some background on how this festival came about. The first thing that you should know, in case you don't understand already, is that the equity in Houston Equity Festival stands for Actors Equity Association, the union of professional actors and stage managers in the United States. Now, that said, we're going to hear from the first two people who produced Members Project Code shows in Houston, and then we'll explain how that led to this festival.
Well, I first heard about the Members Project Code a number of years ago, I guess, when I was serving on the AEA Liaison Committee. And the idea was that a group of equity actors could get together and produce a show on their own with certain restrictions. So I decided that I would do a play called The Milk Train Doesn't Stop Here Anymore by Tennessee Williams, which was a play that had never been produced in Houston, at least not to my knowledge, and was a play of worth, and it was a Tennessee Williams work that was new to Houston, and it's a play that I'd wanted to do for a very long time. So I was lucky enough to get some fine equity talent to join me in the endeavor of presenting this play. And these were wonderfully talented people like Celeste Roberts and Joel Sandell and David Grant, just fine people and very, very talented. So I was really lucky in that way. So I think in terms of the quality of the production and for the fact that it was the first Members Project Code done in Houston, I think we were very successful. And we had great audiences because Everett Evans of the Houston Chronicle gave us a great preview article and then a great review. So people came in to see the show largely, I think, because of the review and because they had not seen this particular Tennessee Williams play before. To be the first in Houston to do a project like this was a very exciting endeavor. So I would certainly urge other equity members to try it out because it is ultimately very gratifying, and I think you probably had a lot of fun. I know I did.
I found myself sort of as this theater tween. I was no longer an ingenue and not yet a leading lady, and was really wanting to work, but the parts just weren't coming at that stage in the game. And so that was the impetus for me making the decision to self-produce. And that was how I found out about the Members Project Code. It's a special agreement for members of Actors Equity to be able to pick their own show. I got to pick my own play. I got to cast myself in the part that I wanted to play, and got to cast the show with the people who I wanted to work with. So the play that I chose to produce was called Motherhood Out Loud. I read the play and read it again and again, and it became a passion project for me. It was a four-person show. I got to share the stage with Kalina Anderson and Dane Geist and Rebecca Bivens, and it was a really cool piece. 15 playwrights wrote 15 different scenes and monologues, all on the theme of motherhood, and it was amazing. We sold out several of the shows, and as a first-time producer, it made money, so that was exciting too. Motherhood Out Loud was produced in Matchbox 1 at the Match, and I'm really excited to be returning to Matchbox 1. I'll be playing Nurse Susie in Wit this September, and that is going to be another Members Project Code show that I'm really proud to be a part of.
So, cut to 2 years ago, and I'm in Atlanta, Georgia with a group of liaison chairs from around the country, and we're talking about different ways we might be able to find work for our members. And somebody raised the idea of using the members project code as a means of creating some sort of festival. Well, I brought this up with my members when I got back to Houston, and Dane Geist immediately jumped on it. He had a real enthusiasm for it and had a head of steam to get something done. And it finally reached fruition this year with Dane's production, The Effect. And not only did Dane create a show, he brought in other actors to create what we now know as the Houston Equity Festival. He got Patty Toole Bailey, Jeff Wax, Pamela Vogel, and Shannon Emmerich. And together they have created this, what we hope will be, annual festival. So there it is, a brief history of the Houston Equity Festival. Now please go out and support these folks. We're going to list the remaining shows in the festival at the end of the video. This can be a very exciting venture for Houston in the future, and we're hoping that this wonderful beginning continues for years and years on end. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you found this video informative, maybe even entertaining. And we'll see you at the theater. Thanks.